I'm hot, sticky. You don't know nothing about that, man. For real. Come on, man. You don't know nothing about that. All right. Time for another HEX stream. This likely will be the last one for 2023. I think an important one, a very important one. This topic is necessary. Oh, I see Steven got jokes. At all. You gotta relax. Stop it. Stop it. All right, so we are going to get into some crypto stuff on this fine evening. I have been doing a lot as far as crypto goes, and particularly focusing on just becoming more informed about the overall industry of crypto, what crypto really is, and the things that you should not be doing. I think it's important to know and understand what not to do when it comes to crypto. A very good informative website to begin with is HEX Scout, which is the site that's up right now on the stream. Let me see how you can make this bigger. Is this it? Yeah, so cinema. HEX Scout. You can visit hexscout.com. Underneath the video, you'll see a link for this site. I think that this is a great place to begin if you really don't know much, because as far as crypto goes, you need to understand that there are differences within the crypto space, period. Some people don't know the difference between centralized and decentralized, and you need to know the difference. You need to understand what decentralized means. DeFi, or decentralized finance, is literally and simply what crypto is intended to be. The extent of people's understanding of crypto is probably Bitcoin. Some people might have heard of Ethereum. Some people know what Bitcoin and Ethereum are, and they know that there are a lot of other coins out there, meme coins, Doge, Shina Ebu. What's some of the other ones? Pepe. These coins that you hear about. But then there are other coins that are like Solana, Monero. Some of these coins fit within the crypto space as what crypto was intended to be. They may not necessarily be the best version of it, but they do fit within the space of what crypto is supposed to be. And what I mean is that they are in the decentralized category. Bitcoin and Ethereum fall more within the centralized category, primarily because they are listed on exchanges that are centralized. Y'all pay attention to this. Exchanges are centralized, meaning that they are controlled primarily by a single entity or a group of entities that make all of the decisions and that control whatever goes on that exchange. For example, let's say that you have wallets on Coinbase, right? When you're using wallets on Coinbase, it's cool. You got a Bitcoin wallet there, you got an Ethereum wallet there, whatever other coin you want to transact with or, purchase or sell. You can do all of that on Coinbase, but Coinbase has rules that you have to adhere to. Coinbase has verification standards that you have to meet. You have to be verified on Coinbase before you can transact. Coinbase will set the limits for how much you can transact. So you see all of these rules that are governing what you can and cannot do on that particular exchange. This is what makes that exchange centralized, because they are governed by the rules of that entity, which is Coinbase Incorporated. Now, yes, Coinbase is regulated by, all of the government agencies that regulate financial companies. Yes, they are. Give you another example of a centralized exchange, CashApp. And CashApp is great. Like, what you're able to do, of course, once you become verified and once you're given higher limits, once again, limits, that's what makes it centralized, because they're controlling how much you can transact with. In a truly decentralized environment, there aren't all of these requirements and all of these limits that are set governing the way that you can transact. So what I'm doing is I'm giving you the difference between centralized and decentralized. Decentralized means that instead of an entity controlling what you hold as far as your coins and your tokens, instead of an entity controlling how much of it you can access at a given time, let's say that you want to send X amount of Bitcoin to another wallet. You may not be allowed to send that much Bitcoin depending on what your limit is if you're using a centralized exchange. But if you are in a decentralized environment, you determine how much you want to send, typically without restriction. Up, of course, to whatever you have to send. Another thing that goes on in a decentralized environment is your information does not have to be revealed. Your information can be and remain private. You don't have to share your information. All you're doing is signing up for the wallet that you'll be using to transact with on a decentralized network. And they have these available as well. So you have decentralized networks, and you also have centralized networks. Coinbase, CashApp, that's centralized. Kraken, Gemini, some of the more popular platforms that you've heard of. What's another one? Robinhood. These are all centralized networks. They control what you can and cannot do as far as your transactions. They control whether you can even use their services or not. And they also control your coins if they are on that platform. So one of the first things you should not be doing is keeping the majority of your coins or your tokens on a centralized platform. Title of this is What Should You Not Do in Crypto? And this is Let's Talk About HEX, baby, volume 11. by the way. I'm not sure what you mean by this. You said that on Coinbase you can't do transactions on the weekend. I never heard of that. I never heard. I've done plenty of transactions over the weekend. I didn't even know that that was a thing. I had no idea that that was a thing, if that's true. It sounds like there's a restriction of some type. And this is exactly what I mean. Until you've met whatever their requirements are, they don't allow you to do certain things, whatever those things are. I remember that there was a time that, matter of fact, I've spoken directly with people who told me, oh, well, Coinbase has a 10-day hold on my transaction. And I'm like, what? Yeah, I tried to do a transaction and they're holding it for 10 days. They said that they need to verify my identity, or they just do a standard 10-day hold. I'm like, that's crazy. Now, many of the things that people tell me that they go through, I have not personally experienced, but I do know that there are processes in place that these platforms do have. Because I remember when I tried to verify with Coinbase, I had to go back and forth taking, you know how they make you take the selfie and then they make you write something on a piece of paper and hold the paper up next to your face. They make you do all of this shit just to verify who you are. And it's kind of crazy because it's like, damn, you're looking crazy holding up a piece of paper. They want you to write something in your handwriting and hold the paper up next to your face and then take the picture and then send it. It's crazy. And I'm like, damn, they're making people do a lot of shit. Like, I always thought that. This was before I even knew what DeFi was. This is just what I knew needed to be done just to have crypto. And this is what I mean about learning and continuously elevating in knowledge and understanding of what it is that you're actually involved with. I've educated myself now more within this past year as far as crypto goes than ever. And mind you, I've been actively buying Bitcoin since 2016. Back when I used to have to buy it out of the ATM machine. That's how far back I'm going as far as Bitcoin goes. It's crazy. So within the last year, I've taken the time to truly educate myself so I understand what crypto really is and what it is intended to be. And there's a lot that goes on in crypto. So what I'm helping to do is to create a more educational space where when you come here and you access information from here, and I mean specifically from TeamAlliance, when you access information here, it's very clear, it's educational, it's informative, and it will help you to do your due diligence as far as becoming educated in this space. And it's super important that you do that. Don't be lazy and just, oh, well, I'm just going to, get a wallet and just, throw a couple of dollars. No, because that's not what the purpose of us being in this space really is about. The same way that you wouldn't get into real estate and just try to willy-nilly your way through real estate as an investor. Would you do that? No. You wouldn't just jump into the stock market and willy-nilly, would you? And if you would do that, then, there's something wrong with you. Because that's what you should not be doing that in any space that you're in. Whether it's stocks, real estate, any type of investment vehicle, and definitely not crypto. So that's number one. First thing is, do not keep the majority of your coins on a centralized platform, period. I literally use Coinbase and CashApp for transactions. So I will use these platforms specifically because I'm already verified on them. I already have, higher limits that I'm able to transact width. So I have more freedom to make transactions because I've already gone through whatever their verification processes are. And that's fine. But I definitely don't have all of my coins over there at all. In fact, I would even go as far as suggesting that you keep your coins in a physical hardware wallet. Something like Trezor. You need to keep your coins on a wallet like that. That's not even on your computer. It's not on your phone. It's physically on that actual hardware wallet. Of course, you have it backed up, yes. But my point is that you want to have sovereignty or control over all of your coins at all times. And in order to do that, you have to be in a decentralized environment. So that means you need a decentralized wallet. And you also want to begin to build your wealth inside of decentralized crypto itself. So Bitcoin was intended to be decentralized. It's actually not decentralized at this point because the adoption of Bitcoin has been so exuberant and so widespread, and it has become so mainstream that you have large players that have come into Bitcoin with a lot of money, which is another reason why the price of Bitcoin has gone up so high. It's because all of this money coming in relative to the amount of liquidity available for the actual coin, the price has to go up when there's a lot of demand for something. That's why the price of Bitcoin has gone up so much. Now, when Bitcoin was something that nobody cared about, that was the best time to buy it. When Bitcoin was the most difficult to buy, that was the best time to buy it. Now, in the beginning, Bitcoin was decentralized because you didn't have a central place where you can go to just buy it. It was very difficult to buy Bitcoin in the early years. This is one of the reasons why people, thought that it was this thing that was used by terrorists and the black market and, for drug deals and all type of weird shit. People thought that that's what Bitcoin was going to be used for. It's because it was not centralized. So here you have this thing that works, meaning you can buy coins and you can send coins to somebody else, which is the equivalent of sending money. So I can buy it and then send it to somebody, just like the guy that had 20,000 Bitcoin and he bought a pizza with it. At the time, 20,000 Bitcoin was worth like $30 or $40. And he used the Bitcoin to buy something. He bought pizza. I bet you he wished he didn't do that. But this is the very point. I'm sure that he had no idea that Bitcoin would become what it is now. So one of the reasons that Bitcoin has become what it is because of what it is. So we are now 13 years into Bitcoin, going on 14 years into Bitcoin. Again, in the very beginning, it was very difficult to get it. Why? Because it was decentralized. It didn't have a centralized entity that controlled it that allowed you to just go and buy it freely. Over time, you started to see exchanges come into existence that were set up for you to get a wallet on the exchange and then access Bitcoin to buy Bitcoin. You had early platforms, Mt. Gox. That's probably one of the more popular ones that you guys have heard of. But just over time, you had other platforms that came into existence that made it easier and easier for us to access Bitcoin. But in the interim, the price of Bitcoin was also going up at the same time. So by the time, just as an example, ATMs came into existence, Bitcoin was already well over, $100. You see, by the time I was buying Bitcoin out the ATM, Bitcoin was about $600 or $700 per Bitcoin. But there was a time when Bitcoin was cents, less than $1. However, at that time, it was difficult to buy Bitcoin because it's decentralized. This is what it was intended to be. I'm hoping that I'm making sense. Like, I'm trying to bring you guys back into the history of Bitcoin to make sense out of what Bitcoin has ultimately become now and what crypto is and should be, and how over time Bitcoin has become more and more centralized, which is why it's so easy to access it. It's listed on so many different exchanges. You have a whole bunch of exchanges that you can use to, set up wallets on to access Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Now, there's a lot of them now. But early on when Bitcoin started, there were none. Or I should say very few. It was very difficult to get your hands on Bitcoin early on. Very hard. But over time, that changed. So now, where are we now? Now we're at a point where when you come into this space, you need to understand what crypto is. You need to understand what real crypto is. And you need to understand how to go about participating in the crypto space, because it's not always going to be as confusing or little known as it still is. Like, people know what Bitcoin is, but people don't know what Bitcoin is. People have heard of crypto and they think they know what crypto is, but people don't know what crypto is. They don't understand what the purpose of it is yet. And I'm just talking about the average person walking down the street. They heard of crypto. They know what Bitcoin is. They know what Ethereum is, maybe. They heard of Dogecoin, right? They might have heard of Pepe. Why? Because all of this stuff is in the media. So you hearing about it and you seeing price charts and all of this performance, and you seeing that people have made money in it, but you don't know what it is yet. So you really need to take time to do your due diligence to understand what it is. And as you begin to understand what crypto is, you'll understand what you should not do in crypto. And that's the space that I'm creating on this platform. So that when you come here, you get educated on, first of all, what's crypto? What's the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum? What's the difference between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and HEX? What's this HEX thing I'm hearing about? There are differences. So these things are not just coins. We're also dealing with centralized and decentralized. So we want to be in the decentralized financial space. This is what is called DeFi, decentralized finance. This is the space that we want to be in, where we self-custody our coins. We hold the keys to our wallet. Not Coinbase, not CashApp, not Gemini, not Kraken, not, what's the other one? Robinhood. Not any other exchange. No company or exchange has our keys to our wallet. We have our keys to our wallet. Because we are in a decentralized environment called crypto. So don't be confused. Be clear. I'm helping to make the clear distinction between what centralized and decentralized are. Centralized, Coinbase, CashApp, Kraken, Gemini, Robinhood, E-Trade, any other platform where you can buy crypto. Centralized. Decentralized, MetaMask, bunch of other wallets that are out there. I can't think of the names of them offhand. The one I use is MetaMask with the little wolf on it, the fox. Excuse me, the little fox that moves his head like this when you move the mouse. He'd be doing like this. MetaMask. That's a decentralized wallet. And what happens is now when you're in a decentralized environment, you have what's called seed phrase. It's the same thing that you have when you get a physical wallet. Like if you get Trezor, that's a physical wallet. You get a seed phrase. The seed phrase is the only way to access the wallet. And only you know the seed phrase. You back it up. You put it somewhere safe where only you have access to it. That means only you can access your coins. So by doing this, you can self-custody. You can self-secure your wealth because crypto equals wealth. What's happening is there's shifts taking place. So not only do you have people learning about crypto and probably making their way into the crypto space through Bitcoin or Ethereum or one of these other meme coins. That's how people come into the space. But once they come into the space, the true education is learning about decentralizing your crypto. And that's the DeFi space over here where we are. So not just decentralized platforms as far as platforms to access crypto, but decentralized crypto itself. This is where we are. This is where we are. So as this shift continues to take place, eventually people will start to recognize, well, in the crypto space, where's the best place for me to have my wealth? Because I want to build wealth. All right. Here's another line that I'm going to use to divide the way that people are entering into crypto. The majority of people come into crypto because they want to make a lot of money now. They want overnight returns. I want to make a 10x. I want to, oh man, I heard that this coin did a 10x, did a 20x, did a 50x, did a 100x. This is what people are coming into crypto for. They're coming into crypto because of their greed. So they come into the space already with the predetermined notion that they want to make quick money, right? And not only make quick money, but they want to do it and be successful at doing it without doing any work. They're not coming into crypto for what crypto is. They're not coming into crypto because of the tech, the technology behind crypto and blockchain. They don't care about any of that. All they care about is returns. That's it. This is what the majority of people that come into the space are doing. And guess what? They're doing it wrong. Let me give you the perfect example. The people that became super rich in Bitcoin or Ethereum are the ones that bought it early and just held on to it. Anyone that still has Bitcoin that they bought 10 years ago, 12 years ago, when it first started, if you were that early and you still have Bitcoin, you're super rich now. Same thing for Ethereum. Ethereum was under $1 when it launched. If you bought Ethereum early and just put it in a wallet and left it and held on to it and you still have it now, you're rich. So you see my point? The people that have become rich as a result of crypto, it's not people that just came over and got a 10x or 100x. It's not people that came over and, they got lucky and they hopped in Pepe coin or they hopped in Dogecoin and that was it. Whatever the super wealthy people did, they did early on, and they held on to the coins. That's how they became wealthy. I'm not talking about people that got lucky and came into the space and jumped on a meme coin, threw $5,000 or $10,000 in and became a millionaire overnight. Very few people have done that. But the people, when they do that, everyone comes over into the space thinking that they can do the same shit. This is what you should not be doing in crypto. Don't come into this space thinking that you're going to do it overnight, because you're not. Nothing works like that for the majority. The people that has worked for, they were lucky. The people that became wealthy are the ones that were smart enough, or for whatever the reason was, they just held on to something that they bought early on. They bought it early and held it. These are the folks that have become wealthy. Let me talk about HEX briefly. HEX has only had one cycle so far as the bear and the bull cycles go. HEX was launched in 2019 in December. So we are in 2023 now. So that's 4 years. December 19th of this year made exactly 4 years. Okay. So HEX has been in existence for a 4-year cycle now, as far as the overall cycles in the crypto space. Because the cycles in crypto are measured in 4-year cycles because of Bitcoin. A lot of people don't understand this. They think that, this time is going to be different. No. The bull and the bear cycles operate within 4-year increments. A large part of this has to do with the way that Bitcoin was designed. And every 4 years, it cuts in half as far as how much Bitcoin can be mined. And this has a huge impact on what people do as far as buying and how demand increases. It happens every 4 years. So you'll notice that in these cycles, you'll have periods where there's huge runs up, and then you'll have periods where there's huge runs down. Big ass moves. The cost of being in crypto is volatility, meaning you have these huge runs up and you have big ass drops. In the crypto space, it's not unusual for a coin to run up and then drop 95%, 97%, 99%. It's not unusual for that to happen. A lot of the moves in between will be 50% to it's a 60, 70, 80% drops. As it's moving up, you'll see 50% drops in up moves. You'll see 60, 70, 80% drops in up moves, meaning that there will be drops and then the market will recover and go past the previous all-time high that it was at. This is how the market runs in bull cycles. See, I'm helping you to understand the bigger picture of the way that this works so that you understand what you should not be doing. One of the main things you should never be doing is buying as the price is going up. Hold on. You shouldn't be buying in the bull market. Uh-oh. And guess what people love to do? They love to buy in the bull market. So you have a bunch of people that end up buying at the top. Another thing people do that you should not be doing. People are trying to throw a one-shot deal and get rich. Like, I don't know what it is, but people in their mind think, oh, I'm going to throw $100 into Bitcoin, man. I'm going to make me some money. I had people telling me this when Bitcoin was $50,000. I had people calling and messaging me when Bitcoin was $60,000. I'm not even joking. Cousins I haven't spoken to in years calling me because they know that I'm, I've been talking about Bitcoin since 2016. Calling me when Bitcoin is $65,000. Oh, I just bought some Bitcoin, man. Why are you buying it now? I'm not even exaggerating. These are people I was talking to them about Bitcoin. Bitcoin was $600 personally. But they're calling me years later when Bitcoin is $65,000. What should you not do in crypto? Don't do that. Don't be that guy. People do stupid shit and they wonder why shit never works. You're uneducated about what you're doing. You're uneducated about what it is. You have no system in place for the way that you're going to go about doing it. You don't understand anything, but you're going to throw some money into something at the perfect wrong time. And then in your mind, oh, I have bought some Bitcoin, but yeah, it's down now. You think? You bought it when it was $60,000. During the pandemic, during COVID, I did a live stream. This is back when I was doing live streams in the car every day. And during COVID, I was doing it, pretty consistently because we couldn't go nowhere. So I just would go outside and drive somewhere and do, my lives in the car. There's a live stream, there's a video, and many of you have seen it, and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I was in the car, I had on an orange hoodie, and this was around the time when COVID was rampant and the markets all went down. On this particular day, it was the stock market drop. One of the largest, if not the largest, matter of fact, it was the largest drop in the stock market since 1929. Since the crash of 29, it was the biggest stock market drop. On the same day, Bitcoin went under $4,000. And I was in the car doing a live. And I'm looking at Bitcoin. I'm like, oh, shit. Bitcoin is under $4,000. Now, mind you, see, this is when we were already into Bitcoin as far as it, it had went up to $20,000 and then it retraced and it came back down. This was during that time. Bitcoin had not gone to 65 or 70,000, wherever it went to after that. This was before that move. Bitcoin came below $4,000. And I'm on the live stream, and I said on the live stream, oh shit, Bitcoin is under 4,000. I'm buying Bitcoin under 4,000. And I made sure I bought a bunch of Bitcoin under 4,000. Mind you, I had already been buying Bitcoin for years. This was during the pandemic on the live stream. Mind you, this is the same day that the stock market crashed. The biggest crash since 29. And I'm looking at the price of Bitcoin and I'm like, yo, it's under 4,000. I'm buying more. Set it on the stream. I didn't hear nobody. Nobody was calling me at that time. None of my cousins was calling me then. You're not calling me, but I'm here on a live stream telling you what I'm doing. telling you I'm buying it under 4,000. I'm buying more. But I get a call when Bitcoin is at $70,000. What should you not do in crypto? Don't be the guy that calls me when Bitcoin is up. Don't do it. Right now, at this very moment, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they are entering into the next bull cycle. 2024, April, is the next Bitcoin halving. Historically, the Bitcoin bull, well, not just the Bitcoin bull cycle, but the overall crypto cycle, the bull cycle becomes apparent and obvious after the Bitcoin halving. So it still hasn't happened yet. This is supposed to be coming up in April. Bitcoin has been as low as 15,000 over the past, I guess, couple of years now. I think right now, where's Bitcoin at? 40-something thousand? Let me take a quick look. Right now, Bitcoin's at 42,000. Ethereum is at 2,200. Bitcoin was trading around $15,000 over the past couple of years now. Do you think that people were buying it? Or do you think people were not paying attention and ignoring shit, but they see Bitcoin going up now, and now they want to start looking again? There's some people that are looking at Bitcoin right now. They're not going to buy now. They're going to wait till Bitcoin is back up at the highs. They're going to wait until Bitcoin makes a new all-time high and goes above the previous one. They're going to wait until Bitcoin is over 70,000, and then they're going to call me. Hey, I bought some more Bitcoin. Mind you, the last time they bought it, I'm pretty sure that they sold whatever they had left and got the little $20 out. Because I know it wasn't a lot that they put in it. They probably threw $100 in there. And they sold it when it was worth about $15 or $16. I'm just saying. This is what people do. And they'll want to buy it again when it's over 70,000. What should you not do in crypto? Don't do that. Don't be an idiot, because that's idiotic. It's idiotic, especially when you hear someone during the time when you should be buying it. Just like I've been talking consistently for years now about buying Bitcoin every week. If you just bought Bitcoin every week ever since you heard me mention it or talk about it, you'll be just fine right now in a Bitcoin position. You actually have some Bitcoin. There are people that have done it, that have well over a full Bitcoin, because they built their position consistently over time. You see what the price of what one Bitcoin is now is $42,000. So if you have one Bitcoin right now, you got over $42,000 just sitting there. And we're not even in the full bull cycle yet. That's coming in April. I'm just saying. But a bunch of people are going to wait until after April next year. They're going to wait until Bitcoin goes above 70,000 and they're going to start buying. Because they don't want to get left out when they see those green candles. They don't want to get left out when they hear on CNBC or any of these other financial networks or on the news. They hear on the news, Bitcoin is above 70,000 again. Then they're going to go on their Robinhood app, or they're going to go on the CashApp and try to buy some Bitcoin. The dumbest shit that you can do. That's exactly what people are going to do. And y'all remember that I said this. I'm not making it up. And it's like I got a crystal ball, but not really. I just understand human behavior. Humans are stupid. Human beings are stupid. And I don't mean to say it like that, but I'm just saying we do stupid shit because we're doing things emotionally. We're not doing things logically. The idea is to buy low. You know what buy low means? Buy low means you buy when no one knows about it. You buy when no one cares about it. You buy when no one wants it. See, and when you do your due diligence, you'll know what to buy. Here we go. Again, educate yourself. Do your due diligence. This is why when you come into the crypto space, you need to learn, well, what should I actually be buying here? We're dealing with multiple things. When you come into the space, you want to be in real DeFi. You want to be in truly decentralized crypto. And I've already done streams talking about what the better version of Bitcoin is. We all know what that is. HEX. I've done my due diligence. I know what it is. At this point, we should know what the better version of Ethereum is. And why does it matter? Like, why is it such a big deal? Well, because Bitcoin, eventually at some point, people will begin to realize it's not the best thing for what it was intended to be. It's not the best thing for what it was created to be. There'll be a lot of money in it because you got ETFs launching and coming soon. And you got a lot of institutional money in the Bitcoin space. You got a lot of institutions and big corporations and big organizations and a lot of people that are putting money into Bitcoin. Absolutely. So there's going to be plenty of money in it. But what happens when people become more aware of what real DeFi is? And there begins to be a shift. Like, wait, I'm over here on this platform. They talking about they got a hold on my account. I can't even access my coins. What happens when this starts to happen to more and more people? And they go online and they realize that there's something called DeFi. They start to realize that you can have a decentralized wallet where you actually hold the keys to your own wallet. You can have your Ethereum over here. You can have your Bitcoin over here. I'm just saying. That's one shift. One shift is just people switching to a decentralized environment where they hold their own wallet and they move their coins to their own wallet. What happens when people start using decentralized wallets more? More and more people become aware. It's like people waking up. See, you got to understand when you're early to a party. All right, this is a good analogy to use. Imagine being early to the best party ever. You're early. So you're there before everybody's there. Nobody's there yet. When you get to the party and you see nobody's there yet, are you going to leave? You already know it's going to be the best party. Like, you just know it. But because no one's there yet, what do? Do you leave? Man, ain't nobody here, man. Nobody showed up. Damn, I thought this was going to be a good party, man. I thought this was supposed to be the best party ever. Ain't nobody here. You're early. Just go chill. Go sit down and chill. Go to the bar. Go by the DJ booth and just sit down and listen to the music and just wait. You already know it's the best party ever. sit down and wait. See? You see the dynamic? You're at the party already, and you're early. There are going to be some people that leave the party. Uh-oh. Some people will leave the party, and they're going to go club hopping trying to find a better party. And they left the party because they were one of the first ones to the party, but they didn't see nobody, so they left. Left the party at 11 o'clock. They got there at 10. They left at 11. But everybody starts showing up fashionably late, 12:30, 1 o'clock. And you've been there since 10 o'clock, just holding it down. I'm chilling. I ain't going nowhere. I already know what's going to happen. Watch all these beautiful women start coming in here. I ain't going nowhere. See, this is the mentality that you need to have when you show up to the party early. Now, I'm using this as an analogy because I've experienced this in real life. I've been to parties early just because I wanted to be there and be comfortable. I wanted to be there when it wasn't flooded at the bar. And we can chill and socialize and just relax and just do our thing, just drink early. We're not there trying to get into the club. We've been in the club already. This is DeFi. DeFi is being early at the party. Eventually, everybody's going to show up. Y'all got to pay attention, man. Listen, I'm breaking this shit down and I'm schooling y'all so much, is crazy. Because watch what happens as we move forward into the future. Y'all going to see. You're going to see. I told y'all, just like I told y'all back in February, March, I said, you missed out on Bitcoin. You missed out on Ethereum. Do not miss out on HEX. I told you then. And this was before I even know as much as I know now. All I knew is that, there's a party and it's going to be the best party. And it's called HEX. I'm there. As soon as I knew that it was going to be the best party, I went to the party. I got there early too. And I'm not leaving. Oh, man. So, again, you got to become educated. It's very important that you educate yourself and do your due diligence. And as you do that, you begin to see what not to do. So as you learn what not to do, it becomes very easy and obvious what you should be doing. Just like, for example, right now, we are in the bear market and we're still basically at the bottom of the bear market. The prices of these assets that we want are still at the bottom, near the lows. The longer that they stay down here, the more time we're being given to accumulate more of the assets. I'm at the point now where I'm learning so much about HEX and what HEX is capable of, and just being in the entire ecosystem of HEX and PulseChain and understanding what PulseChain is and the role that PulseChain is playing when it comes to HEX, the role that PulseX is playing when it comes to PulseChain and HEX. Like, each one is playing a role. The main event is HEX. Y'all pay attention to what I'm saying. Y'all listen close. Pay attention. The main event is HEX. There is nothing like HEX in the crypto space. It is built already. Naturally, people always think, oh, well, something will come along better and be better. Well, what happens when someone who has been paying attention and has the resources and the money to create something that is better than what we already thought the best was? What happens when they think about all of the things that are wrong with the thing that we think is the best, and then they make it even better? What happens? If it's the best, it will be the best. When you're early in something that is the best, think about how powerful that position is. I don't ever want to leave that position. Oh, but Mark, you don't know if it's going to do. Listen, nobody knew shit about Bitcoin either. Did you know? And mind you, Bitcoin is just the best that was available or has been available up to now. That's why it's been adopted. That's why it has become mainstream. That's why people are becoming more aware of it. That's why institutions have been putting money into it. Because think about what Bitcoin is. Look at who created it. Do y'all know who the founder of Bitcoin is? Like I always think about this point. Do you know, or have you ever seen or heard, or has the founder ever done a live stream? Have you ever seen him? Do you know what he looks like? Anyone ever met Satoshi Nakamoto? Anyone ever seen him? Has he ever done a live stream? Do you know who he is? Has anyone ever met him? A picture? Nothing? This is the guy that created Bitcoin. This is the guy that created something that governments are buying. There are governments buying Bitcoin. There are institutions buying Bitcoins. Hedge funds, pension funds, individual investors, rich people buying Bitcoin. Nobody know who the founder is. Nobody ever seen him. Nobody met him. But we're buying what he created. Do y'all see the point I'm making? So here's this thing that's the best version of what we think that it is. It's the best version of what this crypto thing is supposed to be. Okay, that's where all of the economic energy goes. It's the best version. What happens when something better comes along? It goes through the same dynamic as what Bitcoin went through. Why would it be any different? In the beginning, everyone thinks it's a scam. Come on now. In the beginning, did everyone not think Bitcoin was a scam? Huh? It's still here though. Bunch of people, bunch of institutions, bunch of companies, bunch of funds. They're buying it. They're trying to make ETFs and all type of shit for it. But when it was early, everybody thought it was a scam. Everybody talked shit about it. Oh, that's for drug dealers. That's for terrorists. That's for the dark web. Right? And this is because of how powerful what it was supposed to be is. See, crypto is an idea that actually became something that we actually can use. The ability to be anonymous, the ability to have ownership of your money without everyone knowing who you are. DeFi. That's what this is supposed to be. But now, in order to get access to Bitcoin, you got to sign up on a platform and you got to give all your information. Am I right? It's centralized. When you go on CashApp, you got to submit your real information. You go to Coinbase, you got to submit your real information. So the wallet that you're using on these platforms are connected to you. So if the government wants to track whose wallet it is, if your wallet is on Coinbase or Cash App or Kraken or Gemini or Robinhood or any of these other platforms, the government knows exactly who the wallet belongs to. But what if your wallet is over here in the decentralized space? They don't know who this belongs to. I'm just saying, this was the purpose of crypto. To protect our rights of privacy, the right to transact. It's just like nobody should be able to tell you, no, you can't do that. You can't spend that much. You can't send that person that much. You can't. What are you talking about? I have the right to transact. What are you talking about? I can transact peer-to-peer, meaning I can send money to this wallet over there in exchange for whatever I want to use it for. You can't tell me I can't do that. The right to privacy. You don't know. I don't want you to know who I am. I don't want you to know it's me doing this. I want to be able to do this freely. This is crypto. That's what crypto is supposed to be. That is what decentralized finance is all about. Privacy. Y'all are getting a full-blown education on crypto. Y'all are being guided into where the energy in the future is going. Economic energy is going to shift into decentralized finance, period. And within decentralized finance, you have decentralized crypto. And we have the best version of that right in our hands right now. HEX, PulseChain, PulseX. We have it already. It's already here. Don't y'all realize the founder of HEX and PulseChain and PulseX, Richard Hart, I think he just uploaded his video today onto his channel, but he actually made that video on Christmas Day. There's a video on his channel. It's about an hour and a half. You should watch it. You should also watch The Highest of Stakes, the documentary that is out. It's available on Amazon Prime, couple of other platforms, streaming platforms. You can rent it for $4 or $3 or some shit like that, or you can buy it for $15. Watch it. I've watched it about 10 times now. I just keep watching it over and over. It's a very, very good educational tool because it shows you how stupid people are. And it also shows you what happens in real life when people believe something early. This is another thing too. You don't have to like Richard Hart. You can think he's a scammer. All that shit. Oh no, this guy's a scammer. He walks around with all this Gucci and all this jewelry, and he has watches and Lamborghinis. He's flossing and he's doing all of this. So what? Mind you, he did all that shit. It was outrageous. He did it on purpose. This is why you need to watch the documentary. Just so you can listen to him. Just listen to what he knows about crypto. Then you begin to realize, oh shit, this is a smart motherfucker right here. Damn. You'll get to see for yourself. Don't just listen to me. But my point is, regardless of whether you like him or how you feel about him, you can like him and love him, or you can hate him. Like, nah, he's a scammer. He's a clown. I don't like this motherfucker. I don't like his hair. I don't like how he talks. Oh, he's arrogant. Oh, he's too cocky. Nobody gives a shit about how you feel. You don't know Satoshi at all, but you want to buy Bitcoin at $70,000. Do you see how stupid that sounds? You never met Satoshi, but you want to buy Bitcoin because Bitcoin's at $70,000. Because it's at the high. This is how stupid people behave. Do you ever realize what I'm saying? But anyway, so somebody will look at him, oh, I don't like him. Nah. That HEX, it seemed like a scam. You'll let your emotions and how you feel about who the dude is stop you from actually looking at what HEX is. But let me tell you something. Richard Hart could disappear forever, and HEX is still here. So is PulseChain. And so is an entire community of people that are smart and wise enough to know, well, we at the party early. We're going to just stay here and wait for everybody else to come. Because this is the greatest party ever. We not leaving. There's no other parties going to be popping like this one. What the hell am I trying to look for another party for? That's what you have already in place. It's already here. This is the point that I'm making. And like I said, at these low prices, you still can build a bag. And I'm talking about a big bag. I don't care what you got to do each week. Each week, just like, it's the same concept. I'm doing the same thing I was doing with Bitcoin. Just like I told you, I was buying Bitcoin every week from 2016 up until last year. And the reason I'm not buying Bitcoin every week now is because now I'm buying HEX every week. So all I did was shift it into DeFi. Because I understand this is early to the party. And I'm not going to miss this party. Bitcoin was the greatest party. Ethereum was Ethereum was lit. That party was crazy. HEX is the next one. And HEX will be the biggest one. Uh-oh. And the thing is, I don't need any validation from anybody else to know that. I just know that because I've done my due diligence. I already know. So I'm going to position myself and chill out at the bar. While nobody's here at the bar, really. Just a few of us. It's just a few of us hanging out at the bar. We're not doing shots yet. We just sipping right now. That's what this is, y'all. So anyway, I think that this video was very solid tonight because I covered a lot as far as what you should not be doing. Stop buying at the highs. That's off the rip. Stop doing that. That shit is so silly. Stop waiting until shit is at all-time highs to be trying to get into an investment. People just do dumb shit. I don't understand. Like, what's wrong with y'all? I don't get it. But anyway, yeah, don't do this dumb shit. Stop waiting. Oh, but HEX is down. That's the point. Oh, but PulseChain was supposed to do 50X and it just went down. That's the point. I don't know why you thinking that it's not going to do what everybody wanted it to do immediately. There were people, see, this is what I had mentioned earlier in the stream. You're going to have those people that when they walk into the party, if there's nobody at the party, they leave. It's plenty of people like that. Oh, ain't nobody in here. Come on, we out. All right. You don't realize this is about to be the greatest party ever. So you're going to leave and you're going to go hopping around looking for other parties to go to. Okay, go do your thing. We don't got to go nowhere. We already at the best party. But this is how people behave. They conduct themselves exactly like this. It's the silliest shit ever, but this is what people do. And this is what you should not be doing. I was about to say something else just now. I forgot what it was. Yeah, but I mean, if you don't like it, some folks out there still don't know what HEX is. They don't understand what crypto is. This website alone, hexscout.com, when you come to this website will educate you on HEX. It'll educate you on the difference between HEX and like it'll break down all of the intricacies of HEX. You know, like there's two blockchains that HEX is on, just as an example. HEX is on the Ethereum side and HEX is on the PulseChain side. Ethereum and PulseChain are two separate blockchains. In fact, PulseChain is an exact copy of Ethereum. Excuse me. Ethereum is the first blockchain, which been around now for what, 7 to 8 years. The first blockchain where you could create smart contracts. Okay, this is why HEX was created on Ethereum, because HEX is a smart contract. What a smart contract allows you to do is to program your coin or your token to perform functionality on its own. One of the functionalities of HEX is staking. The whole T-share and how much HEX you're earning per T-share, all of that. All this information is on hexscout.com. This is a very, very good website. It's the website I recommend the most right now, especially if you're new and you want to become informed about what HEX is. Because like I said it a moment ago, the main character is HEX. And you'll remember that I'm saying this. The main character is HEX. HEX is so crazy that it's like building up a bag of money in perpetuity for however long you want to. And you have different bags that you build. Some bags are short as far as time. Some bags are long. Like this is how I look at HEX. Long bags. I can take a little bit of HEX and throw it out for long periods of time and have a whole bunch of HEX sitting there that will be there years from now. Just a bunch of HEX. However much it is. In my next HEX stream, I'm going to talk more specifically about staking, because I've gone way deep into staking. I'm real heavy into staking right now, to the point where I understand so much about this HEX stuff. All I can say is that this shit is very exciting. It really is. My idea, which makes perfect sense, is to always have stakes. Another thing is that PulseChain is where we can have so many different types of stakes without worrying about the gas fees. This is, let me help you understand why this is so powerful. PulseChain was created for HEX. PulseChain was created to make HEX better, because the HEX built on Ethereum is HEX. There is an issue on Ethereum with higher fees. So every time you want to do a transaction on Ethereum, it costs a lot of gas. This is what's called gas fees. Matter of fact, let me look real quick and see where the fees are right now, because they were actually pretty low currently. Yeah, right now they're, and mind you, when I say low, I mean relatively. Right now, the gas fee on Ethereum is 13 Gwei. Matter of fact, if you want to do something as far as with HEX on Ethereum right now, right this moment is probably one of the best times that you have to do it, because the Gwei is super low. It's 13. Now it's 14. So right now, for example, if you wanted to bridge HEX from Ethereum to PulseChain, costs about $3.50. If you wanted to do a swap, meaning you wanted to take Ethereum and buy HEX, right now it's about $11. This is because the Gwei is low. Now, mind you, you heard what I just said, right? $11 to buy HEX with Ethereum. You know what a swap costs on PulseChain? Cents. Less than a penny. The cost is so much lower. So what I've come to realize is that I can take my HEX on PulseChain, and let me come over to this page so I can talk about this a little more. Let me come to stake. All right, so like this is an example. Let's say right now I have HEX on PulseChain. Say I had 10,000. If I have 10,000 HEX just sitting there, liquid, I can take 10,000 HEX over here and I can stake it for the next 30 days. Right? Just because it's sitting there, not doing anything, but just sitting there, I can stake it for the next 30 days and it will produce more HEX. So if you look here, you see where it says yield on effective principal right here. So you see 63. So I can earn 63 more HEX just by staking my 10,000 HEX for the next 30 days. Well, Mark, why would you do that? Why don't you have longer stakes? I do. I have plenty of them. I have 10-year stakes. I have 5-year stakes. I have 1-year stakes. And now I'm beginning to understand the power of taking my liquid HEX on the PulseChain side and staking that too, just so that it produces more HEX. Just because it's sitting there, I'm going to use it to produce more HEX. Now watch this. Let's say that I have more liquid HEX. Let's say I got 100,000 liquid HEX just sitting there. I could take 100,000 liquid HEX, stake it for 30 days, and I'll earn about 630 HEX, right? Now watch this. So 30 days from now, I'll have an extra 630 HEX in the wallet, in my liquid HEX. This is if I don't buy any more HEX. This is just my liquid HEX sitting there. That's 635 HEX. I could take that 30 days from now. This is what's called the yield. So this is just HEX that my HEX made. I could take that right there and push that out 10 years. This is how my mind is working now. I just started thinking more and more about things. I could take this now, push this out for 10 years. So this 635 HEX now becomes 2,000 HEX 10 years from now. Mind you, this is interest, quote unquote. This is yield that my liquid hex created over 30 days as it was sitting. So that 635 hex 10 years from now is 2,000 hex. So every time, every 30 days, just off of my bag of liquid hex sitting there, I am throwing 2,000 hex into the future from the yield alone. Do y'all see how my brain is working now? You see, this is how I think, because you got to understand, it's like it's working nonstop. This is how the contract is designed. Y'all hold on 1 second. This is how the contract is set up. It's set up to continuously and in perpetuity produce yield. So if you always have your hex making more hex, always, it really becomes more and more insane. Because you're able to do this right now and use time to increase your wealth. It's not a question of whether or not people will adopt HEX. It's not a question of whether or not people are gonna buy HEX in the future. Oh, well, is HEX still gonna be here? That's the real question. Is it? Yes. Yes, it's decentralized. You can't cut it off. Oh, but Mark, isn't Richard Hart being sued right now? Isn't there an SEC case? Yeah. Richard Hart is being sued. You can't sue HEX. You can't cut it off either. You can't sue PulseChain. Can't cut it off. I'm just saying. Understand how this works. You cannot cut off or turn off HEX. Can't turn it off. You can't turn off PulseChain. You can't stop this. Everything that I'm talking about right now, nobody can stop it. This is how the smart contract works. This is how the blockchain works. PulseChain is a copy of Ethereum. What is Ethereum? A blockchain where you can have smart contracts. It's code. It's digital code. This is what I'm saying about the technology. See, before, all right, people still don't know how the internet works. But does the internet work? Come on, y'all. People don't know how Bitcoin works, but does it work? People don't know how Ethereum works. Does it work? You don't have to know how it works. It still works. Now, the thing with us, with this HEX, we do know how it works. It produces more HEX. Yeah, and see, Walker is on point, and this is exactly what you should be doing, because this is what makes the most sense to do. You wait until the gas fees are lower. Exactly right. Exactly right. And that's why I mentioned it, because when we have lower gas fees, that's the time for you to do your transactions. You have to be a lot more strategic when it comes to Ethereum, because the fees are higher and they fluctuate substantially. See, on PulseChain, we don't care because we always are paying less than a penny, like less than fractions of a penny to do a transaction. This shit is crazy. Like, it's really remarkable. Like, it really is remarkable for real. Like, this shit is nuts what we're able to do. It really is. Like, people just don't understand yet. But they will. And when they do, we'll already be at the party. We will already be at the party. I'd like to know how to make this text smaller. There gotta be a way to do that. I still ain't figured out how to do it though. Like you see when I see how big the text is when I put the comments up. Like, I don't want the text to be that big. The text is huge. But Carrie got it. He said, I'm in the corner holding my seat at the party. There it is. There it is. We're going to just chill. We just chilling at the party, man. Yep. So, you guys understand what I'm saying as far as why HEX is so, what's the word for it? HEX is just amazing. Doesn't matter what happens to Richard Hart. And I mean, you know, I believe that Richard Hart will be around for a long time. He's a smart guy. I believe he's going to fight the case that the SEC brought against him, because they brought it against him. They couldn't bring it against HEX because there's no HEX corporation. There's no HEX building, no HEX offices. You can't sue HEX. Who you going to sue? Oh, you got to sue the guy that made it. Okay, so go ahead. That's what they're doing. Sue them. Mind you, they got a track record of losing the lawsuits that they start anyway. I don't know if y'all realize that, but they lose the majority of their lawsuits. Matter of fact, I don't know if they've won any lawsuit yet. They're trying to sue in a space where you're dealing with technology. You're not really dealing with entities. You're dealing with the technology. Like, what are you trying to sue? What are you suing for? Like, if you even look at the things that they're accusing him of doing, it's stupid stuff. Oh, misappropriating funds. Well, this is crypto. People voluntarily gave up money in exchange for a potential token when the token was created. Everybody knew exactly what they were doing. They don't have any expectation of anything. It might become valuable. It might not. If the tech fits within the market, it will become valuable. And that's exactly what happened with HEX. That's what is happening with PulseChain. See, the beauty of it is that the price of these assets don't reflect what's going to happen, because as we move into the future, you'll see people shifting into our space. Our space is DeFi. People are going to wake up and they're going to realize, oh shit, this right here makes it produces more of itself. Yeah. Creates more yield. The further out you send it, the more coins you end up with. And guess what happens when people stake? When you stake, you take coins off of the market and they're not there for anybody to sell them. What happens to the price of something when you can't sell it? What happens to the price of something when people don't sell it? This is what HEX was created to do on its own. It's the code. It's how the smart contract is designed. It's designed to do this. This is what it was designed to do. It can only do what it was designed to do. It's what it does. It's crazy. Oh, but Mark, what people, they'll emergency end stake. Well, then they'll be giving more of their coins and what they could have been earning to the people that are holding on to their stake that they set aside, that they committed to, because it's a contract between you and the code. People don't understand this fully yet, but you will. And when you do, and you start seeing them green candles and you start seeing them all-time highs, you're gonna be rushing to try to get some HEX. See, this is what people do. The same way that they're gonna be buying Bitcoin when it's over $70,000. People do the dumbest shit. But it's cool. Y'all can chase it all you want. I really hope that you really just educate yourself first so that you won't be like all of the people that think that way and end up wrecking yourself. Like, people get rocked in this industry because they don't educate themselves. You're responsible and you're accountable for what you know and for what you do. Nobody's scamming you out of nothing. Oh, but HEX is a scam. Why is it a scam? It does exactly what it was designed to do. That's not a scam. It functions without the creator. Uh-oh. If Richard Hart goes away somewhere and we never hear from him again, HEX is still here. What he created is still here. HEX, PulseChain, PulseX. They are designed to function the way that they are supposed to function. That's what they do. It's real DeFi. Come on, man. You got to pay attention. Got to pay attention. Yeah, see, this is their track record. They lost the last 5 of their 6 cases. Gary Gensler, yeah, they call him Gary Guzzler. I don't even want to know what he guzzling. I don't even want to know what he guzzling. Yeah, so yeah, this was a very good stream tonight. Very informative, I believe. I needed to kind of do this and kind of get this out the way, just the things that I was thinking about. Like I said, when I do the next stream, I'll go into more detail about the staking that I've been doing on PulseChain. Now, mind you, I have stakes on the Ethereum HEX as well. So I have stakes for EHEX. Just like I said a moment ago, right now the GUI is low. So actually right now would be a good time to create a stake on Ethereum, on the Ethereum side if you have HEX, because the gas prices are the lowest right now. Yeah, right now the GUI is at 12. The GUI is at 12. So for a swap, it's about $10 and change. If you want to use the bridge and you want to bridge any of your Ethereum into PulseChain, that's only $3.40 right now. Yeah, so the gas is low right now. See, so you see how education and just being informed, this is where you need to be at when it comes to building wealth. You don't build wealth being uneducated. You don't build wealth being lucky. You don't become wealthy because, you hit a jackpot. No, that's not how we become wealthy. We become wealthy by taking information, making sure that that information is accurate and can be applied to a process and then we apply the process. That's all it is. It's the same thing with what we do in professional trading. Excuse me. It's just taking information about the market, how the market moves, learning and understanding how the market moves, and then applying that to the process when you trade. That's how you become a profitable professional trader. Simple. So the same thing applies in crypto. Information, educate yourself, and then apply the information so that you can position yourself in the space. That's how you build wealth. Stop thinking that you're going to build wealth just by getting a lucky coin. You think you're going to just happen to stumble on the right meme coin at the right time. Oh, well, Pepe did this, and this coin did that, and man, Dogecoin, and this coin, and that. Shut up. Stop with all of this bullshit. I don't know why people think that they can. You don't know what the next meme coin is going to do. You don't know which one's going to be the next one to do some shit that's crazy. Did you know that GameStop was going to do what it did? Did you know? No. Were you lucky enough to get in on it? No. So why do you think that you're going to be able to do that in crypto? Why do you think you're going to be able to know the next Pepe or the next Shiba Inu or the next whatever? Why? Stop thinking like this. I don't understand why people think like this. But you're wasting your time. Educate yourself, become educated on space, and position yourself to build wealth the right way. Stop thinking that you're going to do it fast. This don't happen fast. This happens slow. And you should be glad that it happens slow because it gives you time to become a part of the wealth transfer. See, if it happened fast, that means you'll miss it. This is why people miss shit all the time. You know why? Because they're chasing fast. This is why people buy at the highs. Because they see it going up. Oh, I got to get it, man. Bitcoin's going up. I got to get some. You sound stupid. You really do. Oh, HEX is going up. Man, how do I get HEX again? Oh, let me go on Mark's stream and find out how to buy HEX. You need to be on Mark's streams right now. While HEX is at the bottom, where everybody's still calling it a scam. Well, not everybody, but there's still a few people out there still thinking HEX is a scam. I don't know why. How can it be a scam? It's been around since 2019. It still works. It operates on 2 blockchains. When you stake it, you get more HEX. What else is there to know? The contract works by itself. We don't need Richard Hart to be typing anything in the computer to make it work. The people that he hired to develop it, the technology is here. It's here now. It's here already. Like, people are silly, man. People be getting on my nerves sometimes. And I get frustrated because people love to message me. I'm like, why are you asking me this dumb shit? Why? All right, y'all, let me get out of here. So y'all make sure that you just stay connected and stay tuned in. There's a lot of good information here on TeamAlliance as far as the crypto space and HEX in particular, DeFi. Like, I'm starting to really, really get more and more into it now. As you can see, these streams are getting more and more informative, and you guys are becoming more and more educated, just like I am. Because every time I get information and I gather information and I understand things better, I pass the information on to you guys immediately. See, I share with you what I'm doing. That's why this is not advice. I don't got to give you no advice. I don't give a shit what you do. But I can share what I'm doing and why. And it would behoove you to pay attention. Pay attention. Stop trying to get meme coins and do stupid shit. Like, come on, man. I don't know why people still doing that. People are still doing this stupid shit. All right, y'all. I'm out. So I will holler at y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. So this is let's talk about Hex Baby Volume number 11. All right, so I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all know what it is. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. Deuces.
Dom de Monco, Dom de Monco,
Hush, Lush, Ludacris. Yeah, man. Once again, this song. You know we had to do it again, right?
We had to do it again, boy. I want you to sing to these ladies, man.
So I'm on first. Let's get it. Baby, how you doing? Hope that you're fine when I know what you got in mind tonight. Got me feeling like Judas. See, girl, I can't leave you alone. Take a shot of this here Patron, and it's gonna be on. VIP then got way too crowded. I'm about to and I'm calling it a night. You should holler at your girl, tell her you're shaking the scene. Pull off peep peep shotgun in the GT with me. She said, oh, I'm ready to ride. I was like, yeah, cause once you get inside, you can't change your mind. Don't mean to sound impatient, but you gotta promise, baby. Oh, tell me again, my baby. Oh, I gotta know, baby. Oh, yeah. Tell me again. Make sure you're right. Oh, before we leave. Oh, it's a good look, baby.
Really good look, baby. Look here. Sometime wanna be your lover, sometime wanna be your friend, sometime wanna hug you, hold hands, slow dance while the record spin. Opened up your heart cause you said I made you feel so comfortable. Used to play back then, now you all grown up like Rudy Huxtable. I could be your bud, you could beat me up. Play fight in the dark, then we both make up. I do anything just to feel your buzz. Why you got me so messed up? I don't know, but you gotta stop tripping. Be a good girl now, turn around and get these whipped. You know you like it like that. You don't have to fight back. Here's a pillow fight. That. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
My bad. Wrong sound effects. Carrie, send me a message. I saw what you put in the chat. Send me a message on Facebook. I'm curious. Just keep me updated. All right, y'all. Peace.